all this stuff. It's maybe more difficult to make some kind of research or to find reasons what making it similar. Is still to try, I think, maybe paying more attention to story and kind of elements of surrealism. If to ask me what it's mean, it's
have some kind of special way of thinking in this sense that they are very good constructors, and they also have a great feeling of absurd humor. And the Estonian language, I'm speaking Estonian as well to our child, so that's I had this idea in my head that when I come in there, I have to speak Estonian. And this, there is the special logic in the language, and this language allowed to play around with the words a lot. So a lot of, Priit was making a lot of caricatures many years ago, and a lot of them were based on the play with the word and image and imagination. All this could be also transferred to film, you know, especially to animation, because every animation, especially short independent animation, is kind of abstract piece of art. You know, even if it's connect to the story, because the drawing person never had the, you know, this characteristic as a real actor. You know, it's abstract sign of character, animal, whatever, you know.
if I will say animation is more abstract than documentary or live action. So it's something general. If there are flower in my film, it's not this flower, it's all flowers.
Or not, this rose is just rose.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And when we're talking between us, so it's very often we considered animation as a poetry, you know. So if you would ask me what the meaning of a poetry for the life, or for real life, so it's about the feeling of the person who perceived your movie, and it's always the dialogue between the artist and the spectator, and there is the moments when it's coming to the point when it's start to make a lecture, you know. So when it's when in your soul you have some feeling that I lived through something what I understand, or you see something. So in one point, like, we understood that we are creating the playground or the mystery for person who are looking at film like poetry and reading this by himself. Yeah, so it's like interaction, and sometimes it's happening the big how to say miracle that it's spoken, they're like written piece or film what is already made, spoken to you, to your life, and start to be more real than the life, or helping you to go something through. You know, I think for the graphic artist, there is no favorite technique. In fact, there is always the purpose or the story, or for what you are doing this. You know.
If try to tell shortly, it's basically story is dominating. So you have to find not just technique, but also style of your drawing, of backgrounds, of this visual word, what is best for this story. Sometimes it could be opposite. For example, you finding some so nice technique, but asking for special story. So you working out story especially for this technique. Let's say if, no simple example, if it's classical sand animation, it cannot be trust yourself, don't trust yourself, read books. I think I don't receive any answer. Maybe they were reading books now.
But I think it's quite perfect, 3 words.